Welcome to yet another episode of Ushange Shenge Entertainment, and as always, I am Musimpe Butelezi, and I am with
the one and only
Yebo
Warasha.
Yebo. Lalela, I was watching this other video which I see could pele kanje. I think ungcono wena mfethu. I mean, I better get paid. When you've got that firm cover, you know that. I mean, it's not looking off. It's like I've got that soft one, but it's.
I know too much. But welcome to another episode of Shange Shenge.
Welcome to yet another episode of Shange Shenge Entertainment, the chubby Shange Shenge Entertainment.
Welcome. We just want to say thank you to all the people that have liked, subscribed, and rang that notification bell. Find us on Instagram, find us on Facebook, find us on all your socials.
Because that is where we are. We want to be in touch with you guys in any way we can possibly do it.
Definitely don't forget to leave the comment section on YouTube. Leave those comments. Please do also find us on Spotify and
Apple Podcasts, because that is where
we are. That's where you need to find us. So it's another episode, bro.
Yeah, it's another episode, trying different things every week, changing one thing, putting the next thing in.
Eventually we'll get to the target. But welcome.
Sanibona.
Yeah. So this week's episode is going to be one of intense, nje?
Hey, yazi nasiyahlupha. Intense. Kodwa ke we'll freestyle. We freestyle. We always freestyle. Always find a way to freestyle. Do it the way that we are. Because at the end of the day, these are the conversations we have on the daily
basis. We talk about these things on like all the time, and we try to even build each other out. We might have conversations that are funny, laughing all the time, but those conversations that build us, they build our character, build who we are, and help us to grow as individuals. Because that's why we even do the podcast.
Remember when we spoke about friendship and how every friendship needs to contribute to you in one way or the other. What it's taking, it needs to give as well. So that's another thing. We are always pouring into each other, and we're like, guys, join us into this journey. See how our lives are changing personally, and we hope as you guys are watching, you guys are motivated, encouraged, and you're going to get to a point where by our story, us sharing our story, the things that we are learning on a daily basis, as a team, they actually mean what they say, and you guys are also going to start practicing your things. And in fact, start your own podcast as well. We would love to hear what you guys have to say. We would love to see you guys.
We'd even like to shoot your podcast.
Lalel, even one episode. If you've got one episode that you'd like to shoot, call us. We'll do it for you. In fact, if you're scared to even have your own platform, we'll create one for you. Or in fact, you can even post it on ours.
Yeah. Definitely do something different.
It's our podcast. It's not
because
us.
You know why?
It's our podcast. We want to build a community.
Yeah, a community of people talking about issues that not on the mainstream media they don't ever talk about.
Yeah.
Because once again, we want to say your dreams are valid.
Your dreams are valid.
Sharp. Remember that. Don't ever forget that. If you're still alive and you're still breathing, you can follow your dreams.
Sharp.
Yeah. The other episodes are offense, right?
Yeah, we spoke about offense.
This one, it's very.
I'm not sure which one will come out first, though. But
but
offense as look.
But true. Eh? So, what can't men forgive?
What can't men forgive?
Yeah, what men can't forgive. What's so I'm gonna ask you like in a nice manner. So, what is, in your opinion, the one thing or the few things that if you have more points than one, that men can never forgive?
That's a tough one. I'd have to go with betrayal. Being the person that I am and valuing the relationships that I have and my circles.
Yeah.
So being betrayed is something that I find really hard to forgive. But then unfortunately we live in a world that is full of it, full of betrayal. So manje I'm learning to forgive, learning how to protect myself from it, and not to take it personally. but it is something that I really struggle with, especially if kuguthi umuntu close kunami. For example, if you were to go and diverge in Dawazami, which I'm hoping you won't, I would have a hard time forgiving you.
Yeah.
Because the things that you know about me and I know about you,
dude,
they'll get us kicked out of our families.
Very many. Anyway, let's not.
But I see But yeah, honestly, that's for me. It's betrayal. I think that's the main thing. I think I'd go as far as saying most men struggle with forgiving betrayal.
Let me say this simply. You summarized a lot in one word: betrayal. Yep. Because it comes in many forms.
Yeah,
I say betrayal comes in many forms.
Let's break it down here and look at the most serious forms of betrayal.
Okay. Number one, you just highlighted Uguti. If you now hear that I've been speaking things that you spoke to me in secret, about,
as my confidant.
Yeah, and as my confidant, as your confidant. And you hear somebody else speaking.
Confidant.
Yeah, confidant, bro.
Yeah.
So you hear somebody else speak about Ndaba, and you hear it. You know that you only told me about it, right?
Yeah.
And if you hear it, that's the type of betrayal. You've broken our code of silence to say what I say here and what you say here keeps here. So that's the one form, right? Yeah. That's being a confidant. The second form, I would say, the ultimate betrayal is in where we are. We're in business. One of the biggest things that could happen is if I betray you in business, I cut you out of a deal, and let's say, for example, or whatever is happening within our business relationship, I cut you off, right?
Yo, that will hurt because
we
in too deep, eh?
We in too deep. Like there's no way we can cut out each other, right?
Yeah.
And then another ultimate betrayal I would also add as well is within relationships.
Sorry guys, it's my monitor there, so every now and then
every now and again you have to check. Another form of betrayal, a different form of betrayal, is if family members betray you for, like, you think they're family to you, but they'll do something that is against you because, I don't know, whatever reason there is, it's ultimate betrayal. And then the biggest betrayal is in the relationship, because I'm highlighting different forms of relationship. So now, in a relationship, I'm sorry to say this. Oh, of course. The biggest betrayal a man could get in a relationship is if their partner steps out of the relationship. So a man can forgive a lot of things. But lying... I know. Lying and stepping out of a relationship. I don't think... out of all of those betrayals that I've counted, they can be forgiven. Yes, they can be. Right? But it takes a lot of time. But the one I believe, I'll say, there's no man in this world that forgive stepping out of a relationship.
What? Okay.
So, I'm sorry to say this. Type of guys, you can comment, but a man that says they've forgiven you after, okay.
So guys, let's be honest,
yeah, let's be honest.
Social media, he flowed mid roses and no. That's probably stepping out, yeah.
Yeah, most probably, definitely. Ukufokivile. Kodwa khona
akakufokivanga uthe asiyeke nokuxabana akufokivanga nomehlo uthe asingexabani because there's a difference between forgiveness and ending conflict.
Yeah,
I think those are two different things.
Yeah,
because
who end the conflicts ngokuthi I say okay
ngeke salwa about it, won't speak anymore about it.
Kodwa manje, in actual fact, I don't forgive. In actual fact, I have not meant.
Guys, this is real conversations myself.
I don't think I've ever met a man that has been betrayed in that manner and really forgiven. It
is very hard.
They're not even the same person afterwards.
It's a hard, those that have gone through it. I've seen Gunzima. I've seen people like people I've known for years that have gone through it, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
But I've seen how women are able to bounce back from it better than guys can.
You said it very well. Better than guys.
I'm not saying it's right.
I don't know, it's not right.
But I'm just saying they can bounce back better than we can.
We'll even have another probably podcast.
We'd like to have a woman in this.
Yeah, we have to have a guest now.
In fact, it's been a while since we had a guest. A friend of us has been asking to come on the show. He's been asking, and
next episode we have you on the podcast. Okay, we'll have your opinion, brother.
Just join us.
Yeah. Busy.
Tando, join us next time. What's up?
Okay. Right. Tando, we got you on the next podcast. So, yeah. So we were saying that I was saying that I've never met you were saying first of all that women bounce back better than men. But Nakona, who says they can actually forgive fully and completely? Because that's an ultimate betrayal that women sometimes cannot forgive as well. That's why it's very important to set boundaries within that frame that you start a relationship. Whether it's, I know with family, I'm going back to family, that there's that unspoken word of saying betrayals, whatever. But friends as well, there's unspoken word. But with relationship, you have to declare.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
If we misses about forgiving, or trying at least, what's the one thing that could help sort of push you in that direction? Because I'm not saying it's impossible. It's possible.
It's possible. It is possible.
But then now, what's the one thing that could push you towards or start the process?
Let me say this. Ebo.
Don't hold back, Buff. Don't hold back.
For me, yeah. So I'm okay. I'm gonna speak on my own behalf. About me.
Yeah.
I'm a type of human being that if in that case it happens to me, right, leave me to myself to figure myself out. When I say leave me, as a man, I need to figure out, how do I forgive this? Let me navigate the road to the path of forgiveness.
I always say this when people ask me, Uti,
yeah,
if I offend, I always use myself as an example. If I offend you, in order for you to get my trust back, or if I break your trust in me, I shouldn't be wanting to get your trust back on my terms.
100%.
I should want to get your trust back on your terms.
Let me figure out my navigation so that I can.
And I need to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because
now I'm navigating my road, my own road, to try come back and go back into your road.
What if usat
okay, angithi kusat
Mosat wenzani la kwenzwani la
uyahila
dlelani
uzobona nawe
uzobona nawe njenge out ukuthi uyila kanjani. But
kodwa and here's the thing, it's okay if you are betrayed and this road is here and never turns. It's okay. And never turns back. It's okay. Because that could be your way of forgiving the situation as well. Because I would say it's not hating the human being, but you're just finding that, at this time, this season, it was not for me. We'll move on.
Yeah, that's actually very profound, because now you can forgive someone but not allow yourself to be with that person again. In terms of 40, you forgave them for what they did. Mm-hmm. However, you can no longer be in a relationship now. Not because of some or anything, but because of what happened, you can't find yourself putting yourself out there again with the same person. And most in those cases, you can't even put yourself out there with other people as well.
You forgive. You find forgiveness. Somewhere on the road of not coming back, you actually do forgive them for real. But you don't come back to them.
You can't, even you forgive them and everything, but you just can't get yourself to come back. And if be okay with what they might not come back. Mm-hmm. I know sometimes we tend to be be selfish in terms of no, but ngisamthanda. No,
we have to be mature about the way we are. Okay, so guys, hey, this season I'm gonna be very hard knocks. You gotta be mature. I'm sorry to say, you gotta be mature about it, guys. If a person says to you, you've betrayed them or you've offended them in a certain manner, in a certain way, you gotta be adult about it and understand that you can't force them to be a certain way or act a certain way, to see a certain way, to have a certain manner of approach. You can't force them. You gotta let them be on that road.
True.
And you got to let the road complete itself, and you got to let God. You got to let God do His work, because in this instance, I will say confidently that God is saying in that season to that person, walk this way.
Let me turn it, Gangman.
Yeah.
What's the one question you think you need to ask umuntu when you start dating? Okay, that, and two, do you think ukuthi is important to find out why umuntu ahlukene with their ex?
Okay, number one, you have to ask what's your deal breaker.
Okay.
So that's straight up. This is something you don't forgive. You cannot forgive.
What's your deal breaker?
Cheating. Sorry, Iman. I'm sorry.
Are you cheating, love?
No.
Okay.
No.
Not anymore.
Yeah, no one.
And that is he's. I know I always joke, but he's actually quite a good guy. So I'm calling him Dingai.
Iman.
DM him. What does he cover?
So my deal breaker. So you have to ask a person what's a deal breaker. So my deal breaker is cheating, to be honest.
Okay.
My deal breaker would be cheating, and then to ask the reason why they broke up, ask them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ask them, sharp, that's good. All well and good, ask them, they'll give you the answer.
Do you think it's a question you should ask, or is it a question?
You should ask, it's very important. It's very, very important. I say it again, it's very important.
Someone once said something to me, Wuti. If umuntu, obviously we speak as abantu abane from a guy's perspective.
Yeah.
But I would like to think it can work even with women as well.
Yes,
if you've had a child with someone.
Yeah.
Because that creates a certain connection. So do you think you can ask Wuti
what happened?
What happened? What caused? Because sometimes we
ask them, they'll give you an answer. Also ask their friends and family why they broke up.
But then you can't just rock up to someone.
No, you can't rock up to them because
you haven't started
dating. The friends. Let me say, let's be honest. When you're starting to get to know a human being, another human being, right, or female, you have to go out in very many instances together to get to know the.
But in most instances, you date the person first before you start meeting them.
Never, don't do that mistake with my brother. Let me tell you something. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Don't do that mistake. Figure out what
type of person.
Yeah, don't.
So if and I don't know your friends or your family.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen.
No, you don't necessarily have to know their family, but their friends.
Their friends, not family, friends.
Yeah, friends are really important just to get to know you, to tell you the truth. So don't do that mistake, okay?
All right.
Yeah. So you start to get to know the person from around their friends, to know what type of person they are. So it's very important to know why they broke up with their partner. And they have to tell you the truth. If they lied to you, then that tells you already within the relationship they'll lie to you. So what will they do? They'll betray your trust. Once again, betrayal. Betraying the trust. That's what cannot be forgiven. That leads to then going to this point of you hitting the deal break.
But did you answer the question, Eti?
Yes.
Do you need to find out ukuthi bahlukaniswa yini?
Yes.
Nomama engane noma nobaba engane?
Yes, you need to find out.
Is it because again sometimes abantu they say bahlukene kanti they're just going through baxabene
when usungena kuleyo season ngicabanga usuzongena kuleyo season la bexabana khona for.
Is there a window period though between people who have kids together?
There is a window period.
How long is the window period?
It's determined by the type of relationship that they hold. So the window period is different.
Let's say they were married.
Oh, jeez. That window period could survive years.
So you're trying to say, oh my God.
Okay.
So we'll see window period. Guys, it has been an amazing episode, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If there's anyone out there who might like to advise us more about window periods in terms of dating, in terms of the time one needs to take from one relationship to the next, and indaba overlap. Ihamba kanjani in indaba overlap? Is it called cheating if a relationship overlaps? Lesiyaphela overlap kancane lenenye.
Maybe we should talk about that one, yabo.
Is it cheating though? But so you just because even when you're jumping, yabo, one leg is out and it's on the second stone before lisuke lelo. So is that cheating? I don't know. Guys,
I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Number one, my conversation ends. Number two, I'm excited because now we're delving deep. Ne?
Let's have these conversations. I think it's time we have these conversations. Uguti, is an overlap of one relationship to another cheating? One. Secondly, what is a window period between one relationship and the next? And you said our fun. I'm a window period. Because
the mouse shut it's yes. It's all
so again.
It's all but nothing happened, and then let's say for example you date for like 2 years, then you break up. Next thing you know, and they remarrying.
And another thing, when you go into a relationship, but mostly
hey man.
But because kunezinto that you can't romanticize. No, because kunezinto that you can't romanticize in terms of ukuthi no, see. For example, if your brother's in Engane 20.
I know. Red flag. Yeah, what's that?
Zatiba. Guys, Siyabonga. Thank you for watching Shage Entertainment. We are at your screens every Friday, 7:30 in the morning, bringing you great content every Friday. Apple Podcast, Spotify. Thank you guys for watching Shage Entertainment. Your dreams are valid.